Good evening. It's a real privilege to be here and have the opportunity to share some thoughts that I've been noodling on for about, well, let's say the past 25 years. You see, I love business. Now, should I duck? But I love the earth more. And so what I'd like to share with you today is a call for business and earth-literate citizens. Recent upheavals in the financial markets and tragedies in the oil extraction businesses call into question the competence of individuals leading and monitoring those businesses. Sustainability, out the door. The dominant green, the color cash. Armageddon, on the way. Come on, let's all do the anti-business polka. But hold on. Wasn't it just a geologic nanosecond ago that we were feeling good that home ownership, 401ks, and community stability were supported by a robust banking system? Titans of industry opened their checkbooks, both corporate and personal, to underwrite investments in the community good, scholarships, hospital wings, ballparks. And we followed beyond petroleum and eco-imagination with the great hope that our leading global businesses would and could set new competitive standards for efficiency and effectiveness and the responsible use of the Earth's resources. And then the lubricant in the economy is cast upon the water. And it's so easy to point our fingers at the leaders. I just want to have my life back ranks right up there with I'm not a crook. To me, and hopefully to you, it's become very clear. We cannot continue to delegate responsibility for leading and governing commercial enterprise to our hired head honchos and elected representatives and abdicate our responsibility to be attentive and participative. I respectfully submit that anyone who uses the services of these businesses bears some responsibility for their oversight. And given the ubiquitous nature of financial services, energy, and plastics, it seems we all have a responsibility. All of us need to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, how will we contribute to creating a more sustainable future? First, we need to be business literate. Commerce, the system of exchange, underpins the preponderance of employment and household wherewithal. Second, we must be earth literate. We've become far too removed from the soil and water that nurtures us. You just need to envision the grapes of wrath. Soil but dust carried on the wind, parched throat, cracking eyeballs, and renal failure to understand that water is more precious than gold. I elaborate briefly. Point one, my call for business literacy. It seems self-serving for a business professor, like a plan for lifetime employment, to stand before you and assert that we need a more business literate general population. But we do. We see what happens when we trust and delegate responsibility to the specialist. I assert that everyone should be able to do the calculation for compound interest without a calculator. Everyone should read and understand an income statement, balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. Understand the distinction between privately held and publicly traded companies. Understand the process by which key social institutions, like the government, insurance companies, banks, healthcare providers, and pension funds obtain and disperse money. And finally, understand the process by which various stakeholders of those institutions influence their conduct. With those 5 underpinnings, an appreciation for the rate at which debt grows, if unpaid, or the rate at which savings accumulate, the presentation of financial performance, the recognition that what you know about privately held businesses like Cargill may need to be inferred from their publicly traded counterparts, that what goes on behind the scenes with regards to obtaining and spending money, and how a host of influences are brought to bear on those decisions, will be less naive and more ready to ask tough questions of those who lead and govern commercial enterprise. Now that we've dealt with money makes the world go round, let's recognize that the planet went round before there was money. We're animals who often squander our cognitive capabilities. We're more likely to be one of the 106 million who watch the Super Bowl than the 450,000 who subscribe to nature. To be earth-literate, I encourage us to do more to understand our natural environment and our effect upon that environment. While there are many facets, let me emphasize one: W-A-T-E-R, water. Consider that 97% of the water on the planet is found in the seas. And if you've ever drunk a wave, you know that that's not a sustainable source of hydration. Most of our fresh water is found in glaciers and permanent snowpack, and we know what's happening to that. The rivers and lakes upon which we are so reliant account for but 3/10 of all fresh water. And you guessed it, a scarce, valuable resource, water. We're looking for gold in water. We cannot squander this moment. There's no doubt that oil has got our attention, but recognize you've got to be able to drink water, that is, before you drive. Be educated and be engaged. Leave no adult behind. While we should demand that our children's educations include foundational studies in business, civics, and earth science, we must be role models for lifelong learning. Work to develop the cards for non-trivial pursuit. Take the U.S. naturalization test together. You'll quickly find that you're not smarter than a 5th grader, and you'll refresh your knowledge of our civic underpinnings. You'll develop a better appreciation where standards and regulations are set for the conduct of commercial enterprise. C-SPAN will become riveting. Make a regular visit to the USGS website and work your way through the topics. You'll quickly get beyond the water cycle to geography, climate change, and Earth's hazards. The drama of the Earth is far more compelling than reality TV. Have a kitchen table investing club. Consider that annually households spend $2,700 on entertainment. With your upgraded business literacy, allocate 1/3 of your entertainment budget to investing in the water market. The worst that can happen is that you'll be out the money you've invested. And I'm sure that Mel, Lindsay, or LeBron won't miss your attention. Here are 3 companies you might find interesting, and no, they didn't pay me to pitch them. GE, Coca-Cola, and American States Water Company. They're all invested in water one way or the other. And when you invest directly in these companies, you'll get annual reports and invitations to shareholders' meetings. Follow the water by knowing where they are investing and what that implies. So in closing, be informed, be invested, and ask difficult questions. And please understand the answers. Each and every one of us bears a responsibility in leading and managing for sustainability. Thank you.